for the total labor force, it would be around 90%. So, how's the situation of women with disabilities? So, earlier it was like 50%, now it's a lot lower, 10%. Very low compared to the initial figures. So, many of them don't do anything. The situation of the deaf and the hard of hearing would be better compared to the rest. So they're higher than 50% in terms of being employed. So some of them, like deaf people, are able to participate in farm activities. This is in comparison to other disabilities such as being blind and mobility disability. Now, if you were to compare the situation with the Luzon group, for the Luzon group, the ones with visual impairment actually are more employed. More of them are employed, and most of them come from Metro Manila. So some work as massage therapists here in Metro Manila. However, in Cebu, that's not the situation. In Cebu, very few blind people work as massage therapists. So in terms of education, okay, zero education would be what I'm pointing at, followed by elementary undergraduate, and then elementary graduate, high school undergraduate, somebody who like stops in the middle of the program, and so on, until college graduate at the end. So in general, so this is the situation where you do have, you see quite comparable grade levels completed. So try to remember this as we compare that with women with disabilities. The situation is different. So take a look. The situation is different. Most women with disabilities will drop out of elementary school, or would just complete elementary school. Quite different from the earlier slide. Few went to high school, so in terms of educational attainment, theirs would be lower. So is this the same situation in Luzon? So for Metro Manila, this particular, you will see a lot of variability in the results coming from Metro Manila. But if you look at the rural area, rural Luzon, that's from Batangas. And maybe you're wondering what happened in Cebu. How comparable is the data from Luzon with the one that we found in Cebu? So we found that maybe we'd find that elementary women would also drop out of school and very few would graduate. So take a look at the graph. So let me just summarize. In terms of literacy, reading and writing, theirs is a lot lower than the general population. So the writing was if you were to compare writing, so writing in San Remigio was better than the one in Mandaue. Now in terms of economic activity, theirs was also lower. So lower than the general population. for those with visual impairment, they engaged in fewer economic activities compared to those who were hearing. Now, in terms of education, so a good number of them dropped out of elementary school, which is quite similar to findings that we got from rural Luzon. So these are things that we would like to explore further. And so I'd like to ask my partner now, Dr. Yamagata, to proceed. Thank you.